everyone, welcome back to the Library of Parthos. My name is Sarah, and today we have an unboxing video for Owlcrate and Illumicrate for the month of November. Of course, I have my handy dandy spoiler cards with me to tell us what the theme of each box is, as well as all of the goodies inside, because inevitably I've probably not read a lot of the books that they're from. So these will be our map through this adventure. So we'll go ahead and get started. As always, I'm going to start with the Owlcrate box. Now, usually I do try to take a peek at what's inside these boxes to at least get all of like the little crinkly paper bits out and try to unwrap a couple of things. So usually I have a little bit of an idea. Honestly, I've been so busy, these boxes came, I took all of the packaging material out and I just set the boxes off to the side. So usually I'm like, oh, I remember this one really cool item that was inside. I know nothing of what's in these boxes. So it is, I mean, it's usually pretty blind, but it's completely blind this time. So we are going into this together. So let's go ahead and start with Owlcrate as always. The theme for the month of November for Owlcrate is Perilous Travels. So let's go ahead and take a look at the first item in the box. Owlcrate has been doing these story doorways. It's like a piece of wood with a door kind of engraved on it, and it comes with a little metal stand based on different stories. So far I have a Lord of the Rings one and a Narnia one. So this is the next edition of the story doorway. So let's go ahead and take a look at this one. All right, so this one is definitely from a book I have not read. This is from the Starless Sea. It's pretty small compared to, at least compared to the Hobbit door, because it's like a big round thing. So it's pretty small. I love the design on it. And it says, for those who feel homesick for a place they've never been to, their doors have been waiting for them. And as I said, it comes with like a little metal stand. So the small end of this, at least I think I'm doing this right. The small end goes inside and then you can display it. On the other side of the camera, I have kind of like a tiered display shelf with a bunch of stuff I've got from Owlcrate and Illumicrate. So I have all of like the book pots, I have the story doorways, so this will be added to that little display area. Next up, we have this reading planner. This is not inspired by any particular book, but rather just reading as an adventure in general. So it's gorgeous. On the front, it just says now boarding, and at the bottom it says parts unknown. On the back, it says books are a uniquely portable magic. And on the inside, it's kind of like travel based, as I said, which is pretty cute. So there's some reading challenges. We have a week of currently reading and calendar pages where you can include upcoming releases, things that you've purchased, things that you've borrowed from the library. I should probably take advantage of that because if you've watched my previous videos, I returned a book so late to the library. I was so embarrassed. Like, I refused to go inside. I had only been to this library like once or twice. So I asked a friend where the book drop was, and she told me, and I drove there like at night. Like, I was so embarrassed. Anyway, there are a couple of other pages, like places to write quotes. An end of the year wrap up. So this is a pretty cute reading journal. I have a ton of these. It does have a bookmark in it as well. And I think I need to be better about using them. Usually I just take notes on my phone because I just prefer to keep everything digital and have it with me. But I do really like writing things out. So I think that's going to be I know it's a little early for like a resolution, but that's going to be one of my goals for this year, I think, is to be more diligent with keeping track of my books in a journal format. Next up, we have a wooden bookmark inspired by a darker shade of magic. I have not read this book. I think it's a series, right? I've not read, the only thing I've read by V.E. Schwab is Gallant. And I did really enjoy it. I do have a review of that, but this keeps popping up and I feel like I should just pick it up. I should just do it. But then I'm reminded of all of the other books that I have at home and all of the books that I just bought this week because they were newish releases that I wanted them. So also I was at the Moravian bookstore, which is like, I think the oldest operating bookstore in the United States. So like, how can you go there and not buy something, right? Anyway, gorgeous bookmark. It says, I'd rather die on an adventure than live standing still on the front. It is wooden, but it's pretty thin So I'm not going to bend it too much, but I like the wooden bookmarks because they're a little bit sturdier, but they're still not like huge and chunky that like stick out in your books. Next up, we have this card holder from Nettle and Bone, which I believe is sitting behind me. So obviously I haven't read it yet. This is super cute. And I was actually just thinking I need like a small wallet to use for an event coming soon. So this might be the winner. So it does have a little zip pouch that you could put cash in or additional cards, and then there are quite a few slots for cards as well as a place for an ID. So super cute, and it says your story isn't finished yet on the front. Next up, we have the Treasured Tomes pin for this month. This is inspired by the Lord of the Rings, which I'm super excited about. We have this adorable little cover on the book with a little like hobbit door, and then on the inside, there and back again, A Hobbit's Tale by Bilbo Baggins. So super cute. This is number, oh, it doesn't say. I thought it said on here. Oh, number 11 of 12. So there will be one more in the month of December, and then that will wrap up the Treasured Tomes collection, and my pin banner will be complete. Last but not least, of course, we have a book in this book box, and that is What the River Knows by Isabel Ibanez. This is another like really heavy book. Like it is heavy. I saw the synopsis of this book whenever the Owlcrate announcement for the month of November came out, and I was really excited by the plot of this story, so I can't wait to share the little summary on the spoiler card with you. First of all, let's take a look at the book itself. I can't get over it. It's like, I don't want to hold it up. It's so heavy. So the cover is beautiful. The back says the Nile knows everything. Of course, we have detailed sprayed edges. Let's take a look if there's any artwork. And there is on the inside cover and on the dust jacket as well. So here is the art on the inside of the dust jacket. Super pretty, very intriguing. And the book without the dust jacket, of course, is gorgeous. Says the same thing on the back, the Nile knows everything. And then we do have some artwork on the very inside of the cover. That's the front. And that's the back. Again, I feel like I shouldn't look at this until I read the book. I feel like I'm spoiling stuff. So let me go ahead and read the synopsis for you because I think it's a really intriguing story. In What the River Knows, we meet Inez, who travels to Cairo in search for answers to her parents' deaths, leading to a whirlwind path to the truth alongside her guardian's infuriatingly handsome assistant. So I know that wasn't a ton of information. Here I am bragging about how awesome this book sounds, and it's like the most minimal description possible. But it did sound really, really interesting. Please believe me on that. I can't wait to check this out. As I've said in previous videos as well, I always manage to do more reading in the winter than any other season of the year. And I think it's just because like it gets really cold, really dreary, and there's like nothing going on. So I spend a lot more time reading, and that has been the case so far. Like the minute Thanksgiving hit, I have been just like killing it on books, starting multiple at a time, like finishing them in like 2 days. So I'm really hoping that over the next couple of months, I'll be able to catch up on all of the reading that I've been meaning to do. And in doing so, I will add this to the list and hopefully get to it sooner rather than later. So that wraps up everything for the November book box for Owlcrate. Let's go ahead and move on to Illumicrate. The theme for Illumicrate for the month of November is anti-hero. So let's go ahead and dig into it. I've got my little spoiler pamphlet thing here. So let's go ahead and see what is inside this box. Okay, so the first item is a mug. And before I take it out of the box, this is from the Murderbot diaries. I've not read them, but I have heard quite a few reviews and synopsis of the Murderbot stories, and I like kind of forgot that they existed, so I'm definitely gonna have to add that to my list of things that I need to get to. Not that it'll probably happen for a while, but it's something that I've been thinking about. So let me go ahead and take this out, but I just wanted to say that this is something that was on my radar and then just kind of forgot about, but it's back on the radar now. I think this might be my favorite mug that I've got from Illumicrate, and I have quite a few at this point. So many, in fact, that we had some friends over to play Dungeons and Dragons and other board games a few weeks ago. And I had purchased some like powdered wassail. So it was just like black tea with some spices and herbs in it, I guess. Anyway, so I made some of that in a teapot, and I was like, oh, I should put out mugs for everybody. And I had enough Illumicrate mugs, like just Illumicrate mugs. So that's what everybody drank out of. But most of them are like fantasy. They're usually like a couple. So the fact that this one is Murderbot and it's, I don't know, I think it's so much cooler than the rest. I have a favorite now, I guess. The next item, I've gotten it before, but it's rare. I think it's like a once a year thing. So I was thrilled to find out that it was in this box, and that is bookends. I'm so excited about these. I think these are so cool. I do have 2 sets of bookends on the shelf already. I have this Lord of the Rings set that I got off of Amazon, which I thought was super cool. I love like the little silhouettes of the characters. And then I have one on this side, also from either Owlcrate or Illumicrate. And honestly, I can't remember what book it's from. But we've been kind of redoing some of our guest bedrooms, and I've been thinking like I should put some books up there. And it would be cool if I had some bookends, but I only had like 1 extra set. So I'm glad that I have some more bookends so that I can put books in our guest room for our guests to enjoy when they come to visit us. Not that, I mean, I don't know. Do you, like, if you're going to somebody's house to stay, do you ever read like the display books they put in the guest rooms? Like, I never do. I always bring my own book, but I just like the sentiment. Like, it seems like a nice gesture. So anyway, these are gonna go in the guest bedrooms to prop up some books that will probably never be read, but hopefully people appreciate the gesture as much as I do. These are inspired by Gideon the Ninth. I kind of skipped over that part. Next, we have this interesting ornament. This is the Bone Dog ornament from Nettle and Bone, I believe. And that description fits it perfectly. It's a bone dog. I don't know if this is going to make it on my tree. Kind of doesn't match the style, but it's super cute and interesting. So I think I'm going to find somewhere else to put this. Next up, we have this foldable bag based on the Stardust Thief. I've gotten these bags before in both Owlcrate and Illumicrate, like the little ones that you keep on a keychain. And honestly, I've been using them so much. For example, a couple of weeks ago, I went to like a Christmas vendor fair and I just clipped it onto my purse, and then I had a bag ready to go. It wasn't taking up a ton of space. I didn't have to carry it with me. So love that. This one's a little bit bigger, and I'm scared to open it up because I don't think I can neatly put it back together. But I'll do it for the video. If I can even figure out how to open it. I don't even know if I can. What? Oh, okay. Wait. Okay, I think I got it. It's like wrapped up so tight. I mean, I'm gonna have to use it eventually. Yeah, okay, so this one's a little bit wider, and it was worth it. The art's very pretty. This one's much wider than some of the other ones that I was using. They're about like, I don't know, maybe about this wide. But they still do fit a lot of things. I was shopping with family, and my aunt got like 2 jar mixes of like, I think it was like a pumpkin bread mix or something like that in glass jars. And so I gave her my bag. So she had 2 glass jars in the bag. I had a bag of coffee, and then there were a couple of other things that we had purchased in there, and it was holding up perfectly fine. So they are fairly sturdy, even though they feel quite thin. But I'm glad to have a little bit of a larger bag, which will be nice if I know that I'm going to need the extra space. I didn't do all that bad putting it away. That's okay. Okay, and last in the Illumicrate box is the book for this month. This one I feel like I've heard a lot of really positive things about, so I'm excited to, again, add it to my list of books that I will probably never finish. That is The Starling House by Alex E. Harrow. I'm gonna go ahead and read the synopsis on this one as well. The dust jacket on this is translucent, transparent in some areas, but I thought that was really cool. And there is, of course, some artwork on the book. It's so pretty with the little like sparkles for stars. We have the sprayed edges, of course, and some artwork on the inside. You know what, I'm gonna show you the last page is the same. I was gonna say I'm gonna show it to you and I'm not gonna look, but it was the same piece of art. Let me go ahead and read the synopsis for you, and this one is quite a bit longer than the Owlcrate one, so hopefully we'll get a better idea of what this book is about. Opal is a lot of things: orphan, high school dropout, full-time cynic, and part-time cashier. But above all, she's determined to find a better life for her younger brother, Jasper, one that gets them out of Eden, Kentucky, a town remarkable for only two things: bad luck and East Darling, the reclusive 19th century author of The Underland, who disappeared over 100 years ago. All she left behind were dark rumors and her home. Everyone agrees that it's best to ignore the uncanny mansion and its misanthropic heir, Arthur. Almost everyone, anyway. Opal has been obsessed with the Underland since she was a child. When she gets the chance to step inside Starling House and make some extra cash for her brother's escape fund, she can't resist. But sinister forces are digging deeper into the buried secrets of Starling House, and Arthur's own nightmares have become far too real, as Eden itself seems to be drowning in its own ghosts. Opal realizes that she might finally have found a reason to stick around, and now she'll have to fight. So this book sounds really intriguing, so I am excited to get to this. I should just stop saying that. Of course I want to read it, but when? Anyway, that brings us to the end of this video. Thank you for unboxing both Owlcrate and Illumicrate for November 2023. If you've read either of these books, I'd love to hear your thoughts, suggestions if you feel like it's one of those reads that I just gotta get to, and any other feedback that you have on the items in these boxes. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.